Hi, this is Marloomz Creations, and today I'm going to show you how to create this elf on your loom. And this is a single loom design. I just make the body and then the head after, and we attach it on your loom. And you're going to need your loom set up in the staggered configuration, and you are going to need a few colors, and you choose the colors that you want, but I will tell you the ones that I will be using today. So for your elf, you're going to need 67 skin color for the skin bands for the arm and for the face. For the hat, depending on the color that you choose, you're going to need 26. And for his hair, for brown, you're going to need 12 bands. For the white part, you're going to need 24. And for the main body area, plus some of the leg and the feet, all together, that color, the fuchsia that I have here, that's 119. You can use red, you can use green. Just remember that this color with the leg and the feet all together are 119. So let me repeat that again. It's 67 skin color, 119 for the body, the leg and the feet, 12 brown bands, 26 for the hat, 24 white, and optional are beads for the body. I'm going to be using small pony beads. They're 4mm by 7mm in size, and the eyes, the nose, and these two are the exact same size. So I'm using the same size for all those. If you don't have beads, you can use cut perla beads, or if you don't have those as well, then you can just use bands, and I will show you what to do when we get to that part. So don't worry if you don't have beads, because I will show you when we get to that part what to do. But if you do have beads, then it'll be nice to use them for the eyes, the nose, and the buttons, and a large pony bead for the rim of the hat. As far as the bell, this has been on my channel already since last year, so you can just search, and I attached it to my elf because I thought it was cute. So let's get started. And so we're going to get started, and the first thing we're going to do is make the body parts. So let's make the arm. You're going to grab your skin band, and you're going to grab 2 at a time, and you're going to go down your loom 5 times, and then you're going to cap it. And then you're going to take a single and wrap it around 4 times. You can do that again. Just go down 5 times. And then once you've went down 5, you take a single band and wrap them around 5 times. So that is your elf's arms. And now for the legs, you're going to grab the color that you want your elf to be. So the color that I have, this is the color that's for the body, and it's matching the feet. You don't have to do that. You can do a different color. But I'm going to just continue the pattern of the legging or the stocking being a fuchsia with a white, and then all fuchsia for the feet. So since my body is going to be green, I'm going to start with 1 green here on the bottom and a white on the top. So it's green on the bottom, white at the top, and that's the same pattern you're going to use for the rest of the leg. The same thing with the green on the bottom. And then you're going to switch to 1 band here and 1 band here. Again, the color that you're using over here is the color that's going to match the belly of your elf. So those are 1 band each on here. And then you're going to place 2 bands 2 here, 2 here. So you placed 1 here, 1 here. These are single. Then there's 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 on these 2, and then in the middle also just go down using 2. And then you're going to take a single and place it on these 3. And then take another single and wrap it around this peg 3 times. So only 3 times on that bottom part. And that's going to be one of your feet. So you're going to reach in under the cap, push back, and grab the top 2 and loop that forward. And then reach in again and grab the next top 2 and loop it where it belongs. And then the final 2 to the right. And then you're going to loop the sides by pushing back and grabbing the bottom 2 and looping forward. And once you have looped the sides, you can loop these 2 into the middle. And then the bottom 2 bands, you should be grabbing 2, and those go to the middle. Then push all these back, the green bands, and you're going to grab those 2 and loop it forward, and then you can remove this slowly. And that's one of the feet. And then you can place that to the side. You do have to make another, so we'll just do that together. So it's a green on the bottom, a white on top, a single green to the right and to the left, double green here, double, double, and in the middle as well, going down. Then take another 2 single bands, place a triangle band here, and then a single band here wrapped around 3 times. And if you have a spare hook, that's probably a good idea to place the little feet part on there so it doesn't come undone. Again, reaching in where the cap band is, grabbing the top 2 and looping that forward. Reach in to grab the other top 2 and loop it forward. Reach in and loop that one to that side. Then reach in here and loop forward. Loop these. Loop the singles to the middle first. So these 2 singles. And then loop the remaining middle one. And then reach in and loop forward. So I'm going to place mine on a spare hook. And place that to the side. So now we're going to just loop the arms and remove them from the loom. And these you can just place to the side. They don't have to be on a spare hook. They usually don't come undone. So put those to the side. And now we are going to start the body. So for the body, you're going to grab 3 skin color bands, and you're going to place 3 on these 2 right here, on those 2. And then you're going to then switch to the color that you want his entire belly area to be. So mine is going to be that lime green, and I'm going to place 2 here and 2 here. And then on the outside, you're going to go down 6 times using double green or whatever color you chose. It could be red. And then do the same thing on the other side. And now for the middle, you're just going to place 2 bands from here to here first, and then the next 2 are going to contain the buttons. So it's a good time now to figure out what color buttons you want, and if you don't have beads, then you're going to use a band and figure out what color bands you want for the buttons. So I am going to, since this is lime green, I'm going to choose a blue so that it can show. And let's see if I could do a green. Maybe I'll do a red. I don't know if that's going to look good. Let's stick with green, a blue and a green. You want to make sure that the button matches. So I'm just going to take that, and if you have beads that are like mine, you're just going to slide your band right through the bead, and it should slide right through because these are tiny but big enough that the bead falls through. And then I'm going to do that with the other one. If you do not have beads, then you are going to take your hook, and I will show you with this color, and pretend this is the color you want your bead to be. You're going to wrap it around 4 times. And then you would grab the color that matches the belly, and you would grab 2 of them, I'm sorry. So you would grab 2, and then you would transfer all these on here. And that would be your button. But for now, I'm going to be using beads. So if you're using your your bands, you're just going to place that band that's holding the other color band right here on these 2. But this is different if you're using a bead. What I do is I place the one single band first. So this is just one. And then I place the other single band over it. And then the next set is 2 bands here. And then the next one is going to also be a button. So it's a single with the button or the bead, and then another single band that goes over that. And then you're going to just continue down with double green bands or the color that you chose. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 also. So 6 on each side, on all sides. And then grab another 2 green, or another 4 actually. And you're going to place from here to here 2. And then from here to here, another 2. And now this is where we're going to do the feet. So this is the feet, and you can choose for your legs to be a different color than the shoe. I probably should have chose a different color because the white is blending in, which is kind of bugging me, but I guess it's too late now because I already did this. But if you want, you can choose a darker green or lighter green. So I'm going to see if I can switch it. So what you're going to do is, if your belly color is, say like mine, like lime green, you're going to choose one dark, one green, or if yours is fuchsia, you're going to choose a fuchsia. And then on top of that, you're going to choose a white. And you're going to do that and go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the rest of the pegs. And again, so it'll be the dark green, the white, the dark green, the white, dark green, white, in that pattern. So I am going to pause the video and I'm going to see if I can switch my color because I don't like that it blends in, and then I will show you when I come back. Okay, so I switched mine because I didn't like that the green matched, and I just wanted to be able to see the color of the pant of the legs, and it blended too much in with the green. So what you're going to do is, and I can show you better, I'm going to put my dark green there and my white. Again, my dark green on the bottom and my white. So your darker color just goes in the bottom. Dark green and white. And you do that 5 times all together. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you're going to do that here too. Darker color on the bottom. Now you can make his leg all one color if you want. I just like the way it looks like this. So now that you have that, you can add your feet that we made to the bottom, and it should hold the same pattern. So we did that, and we added the feet. So now once we have done that, we are now going to add an extension on the outside. So it has to match the same color of the belly. So use 2 green, or the color that matches this color, and you're placing it on this peg. And you're going to go down all the way onto this peg right here, right before the color changes. So you're going to go down 6 times. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to overlap on the other side. Place 2 here, 2 here, 2, and then you should have stopped right here. So from the top, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You stopped at the 8th peg. Then take a single band, still matching the color, and on this peg, wrap a single around 3 times. And the same thing on this one, wrap a single around 3 times. And then we're going to place our triangle bands. So the first triangle band is 1 from here to here. And before we forget, you can add the arms. So you do want to add the arms right here, and also right here. Back to the triangle bands, you place 1 here, you're going to place 1 on these 3, 1 on these 3, on these 3, and on these 3. So now that we have placed those bands on the outside, the overlapping bands, we're going to be looping them and pulling them over to the side. So what you're going to do is take your hook and push back those 3 bands that we kept only 3 times, and grab the top 2 and loop it forward. So we're only grabbing these bands, the ones that are on the top. reach in here, always push back that triangle band. Again, grab the top 2 bands and you're looping that forward. Same thing on this one. You can see that top band being pulled, so you know that you have the right band. Grab these 2, and you're not touching the bottom set of bands. Grab these, and then the last 2 right here. So what you're going to do now is hold your hand on this peg on the top, and remember, do not remove anything from this peg or the bottom. If you remove this one, it's going to come undone. So these 2 need to not come undone. Take your finger and hold this down, and then reach underneath on the second, and the bands that have the teardrop shape, you're going to pop up and place it to the side. So now these 2 popped out, and it's the shape of the triangle still. I'm going to do this one now. I popped it up, I took off this one and placed it to the side. And the last one remaining is this one right here. So I'm just going to grab it, pop it up, and bring it to the side. And as you can see, this one right here, this circle, this is staying on that peg. So now you're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to reach in underneath that cap, grab the top 2 green, and loop it forward. Same thing here, grab the top 2, and you're looping that forward. Grab these top 2, loop forward. These, loop forward. Grab these and loop forward. And then these 2 and loop forward. And then the same thing. Not touching the top and not touching this one right here. Make sure that's pushed down. Reach in on the second one, pop it up, and usually the second comes undone as well, and bring it to the outside. So you bring it over the peg. And the same on this one, pop it up, over to the side. And the last one, pop it up, over to the side, leaving this one on your peg and this one. So now we're going to loop the actual entire doll. You're going to start from the bottom where the feet are. And so you're going to reach in, pull on the feet, grab the top, the bottom 2, and loop it forward. And you're going to do that again. Grab the bottom 2, loop forward, loop this one forward, and this one, and this one. And then you're going to stop right here. And then do these. And you're going to stop right here. So now you're going to reach in here, and you're not touching these. These are the extension bands. You can see when you pull on it, it pulls on that. You're going to be aiming to grab this band right here on the inside. So it's the first set of light green, and then you're not touching the bottom. So you can push the bottom down, reach in, and make sure you're grabbing the first set of that green color, and you're bringing it to the middle peg. And the same thing here. You're reaching in, and you're going to be grabbing these 2 right here, not the bottom. So reach in, push that. You are pushing the extension band back though. Then grab the first 2 green, bring it to the middle. So once you have looped those to the middle, you're going to re-enter, and you should see 1 set of bands left. You're going to grab it, and you're going to loop that forward. Same thing here, 1 set of bands left, reach in, and you're looping that forward. Reach in here, push everything back, grab the bottom 2, and loop forward. And every time you enter a peg, just push your triangle bands back. Loop these. So So we loop these 3. Now the next 3. We did these 3. Now do the next. You can loop the middle. Make sure that you look at each row and they should all have a teardrop shape to make sure that you've looped them. Now reach in this peg right here and loop it to the arm. Reach here, loop it to the arm. Then reach in where the arm is and push back the arm band and grab the bottom 2 green, loop it to the middle, and same thing here, and loop it to the middle. And then reach in here and push back all of the green bands, or red, whichever color you use, and you should be grabbing all 3 skin bands and looping that forward. So now if you have a spare hook, you can place your body of your doll on that spare hook. If you don't have a spare hook, what you can do is you can grab an S-clip and take a color band. It doesn't have to match. This is just to hold your creation together until we make the head. So it's just 2 bands, and I slid them through all here, and I'm going to S-clip it, and then you can slowly remove this, and I do suggest that you do it slowly. It just looks so much nicer when creations are not yanked off. Otherwise you overly stretch them and then they don't come out looking nice. And now I'm going to pop the buttons through the front because this is the side that I want. And if you're using if you have bands, you could do the same thing. Just pop them to the front. Adjust your feet. And now it's time to make. Now we're going to do the face and the hat of your elf. So this is where you choose the color of your hat, and it could be any color. Your elf could be all different colors. I'm just going to choose the same color that I chose for the legs, the darker fuchsia color. Just choose the color of your hat if you haven't done so already, and then the white for the rim. And we're going to do that right now. So to start, you're going to make sure your loom is set up in the offset configuration, and you are going to grab 2 bands at a time and place 2 here. Another 2 and place 2 here. Two here. And 2 here. Then 2 here. 2 here. And then on the 1, 2, 3 on the 3rd peg, take 2 bands and pull it to the 4th peg on this row. So 1, 2, 3 on this row, and then 1, 2, 3, 4th on this row. Then you're going to grab another 2, another 2 here, and another 2 here. Then we're going to switch to our white bands. And you're going to place 1 white here, well, two, I'm sorry, two bands, but a set there, a set here, and a set here. And then you're going to grab another 2 bands that are white. I'm sorry, actually we're going to switch to our brown now. So now we're switching to the color of the hair. If you want your elf's hair to be blonde, this is the time to do it now. I'm just sticking with brown. So I'm going to switch now to my brown. And I'm going to place 2 here, 2 here, 2 going down, and 2 here. Now switch to the color of your elf's skin, and you're going to go down 2 times, and then turn in. Again, 2 times, and then you're going to turn in, and then for the middle, you're going to place a skin band there, two here, and actually make sure they're even when you place them on the peg. So when you loop them, they're nice and neat. So now we're going to place the eyes. And again, for the eyes, I like to use tiny pony beads, and they are by Creatology, and they are 4 millimeters by 7 millimeters. And this is the same bead I'm going to be using that I used for his buttons, his nose, and his eyes. So I'm just going to grab my skin band and slide the band right through these. And these are a good size to use. And then I'm going to place the eye right here on these 2. Then I'm going to separate the eyes and place 1 band above. If you don't have the if you don't have beads, you're going to take a black band. This is brown, but just for an example, take a black band and wrap it around your hook 4 times. Then you would take another black band, wrap it around your hook 4 times, and you would transfer these 2 onto the skin band. So you would pull them onto your skin band, and then you would separate them, and you would place them just like this. And then the same thing that we did here, you would open up the space, separate the eyes, and place 1 band above that peg. But I'm using, for today, the beads. So after you've placed the eyes, it's the same thing. We're going to place the nose. And again, grab a skin color band. Choose the color of your nose if you do have a small bead. And I'm going to choose, I'll choose the purple again. And you're going to place it right here. And if you don't have that, it's the same thing. Choose a color that you want your nose to be. Again, so say you wanted your nose to be a light pink or fuchsia, you would wrap it around 4 times. But this time you would grab just a single band, 1 band, and you would transfer these onto that single band like that. And then you would place that in the middle. And that would be your little nose. So we have placed the nose, the eyes, and for the hat, before you forget, I like the little pony bead, the large pony bead on the top. You don't have to use a pony bead, but if you do have one, what you're going to do is you're going to grab the color that you want. And I'm going to choose blue, it doesn't really matter. And then take 2 of the color that match your hat, and you're going to slide it through the 2 large pony beads, the large pony bead, and then grab the other loop, and you're going to place it right here. So it's important that you put that there now, so that when we loop, it covers it. If you don't have this, you don't have a pony bead, you can grab the color that you want your bead to be, and you will just wrap that around your hook 4 times. Again, another single around 4 times, and then you're going to grab your hat color. So this is my hat color, and you're transferring these on to your 2 bands like that. You could even put a third of the lime green color, whatever color you want the bead to be, and it could be even more poofy, and then you would put that over here. So don't worry, if you want you could put a third. It probably looks a lot better with a third because it would be more poofy. So that's what you do if you don't have pony beads. So we place that, and we place the eyes and nose. So now we're going to add the holding bands on the hat. So you're going to take a single color that matches your hat, and take a single and wrap it around itself, so it's a cap band, and place it on these 2. You're going to do that again. Take a single, wrap it around itself, single, twist it around itself, place it on these 2. Take a single, wrap it around itself again, place it on these 3, and then grab a white, and you are going to, let me see if I wrap that around itself. Take a single white and pull it and wrap it around itself and place it on these 3. You're going to push that down, and now we're going to make an outside layer. So we're going to grab a white band and place a white band right here, and that's on the top. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th peg on both sides. You're going to place a white band here, and then followed by the color that you have of your doll's hair. So the next color should match your doll's hair. So it's 2 here. And then push that down, and the next color is the skin band, 2 skin bands. Same thing, push that down. Next color is another skin band. So far what we have done is we placed white, hair color, skin, skin. And then we are going to place the last set of skin band from this peg to this peg. So we went down white, brown, skin, skin, skin. Same thing on this side. Grab 2 white bands, place white here, place a brown here, followed by a skin band, and a skin band going this way. Now you're going to grab your ears. We should have made the ears, and if we didn't, I thought we did. So we didn't make the ears. Okay, so to make the ears, you're just going to take a single band of skin color and wrap it around 4 times. And then grab 2 more bands and transfer that on. Like that. And that's 1 ear. And then you're going to place that ear on the 1, 2, 3 right here. Actually the same peg where the eye is underneath. So right here. And if you need to know from the top, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th peg from the top of the Rainbow Loom. And then do the same thing on the other side. Take a single skin band, wrap it around your hook 4 times, grab 2 skin bands, transfer those on there grab the other loop, and place it here. And then push them down. And then we are going to grab the body. And it's going to get a little tricky, but you can do it. So before we grab the body, actually, we're going to place triangle bands on the face yet again. So grab a single skin, place it on these three. Grab another single skin, place it on these three. Another single skin band on these three. And you don't need anything on these three. So we place another overlapping triangle bands on 1, 2, 3. Now grab your doll, and the button is the front, so make sure he's the front. And grab the 3 bands here. Make sure you don't lose them like I'm about to. 3 here and 3 here. And you're going to grab these 6 bands and place it on this peg right here. And be careful because right now there's a ton of bands on that peg. So you're going to pull your doll and hold your doll with your finger like this so there's tension, so that you have the opening of the neck, and you're going to reach in and grab the first top 2 bands that you see. Just the first 2. And mine are going here. And make sure it's just the first 2. Then the next top 2. They must be the next top 2, which is going to be this one. And oh no, no, no. Okay, so I need to do this over. You need to make sure that you are only grabbing these right here. So those are the ones that I need. And now I see that when I pull it, these were being pulled. If you see that this one's moving, you have it wrong and you need to put them back in. You should only be pulling the one on the right and on the left. So then you're going to reach in here where the this triangle band is and push back and grab only the top 2 and loop it forward. What we're doing right now is we're looping the top layer of bands, the extension that we made, and we're leaving the bottom. So make sure you're not touching any of the bottom bands. Reach in, grab the top 2, loop forward. So I just looped this top, and I'm going to grab the next top brown. Reach in where the ear is, push the ear back, grab just the top 2 brown bands, loop forward. You can see we have not touched any of the bottom bands. And now reach in here, grab the top 2 white and loop forward and stop. So now you're going to take your thumb and put your thumb on this peg, and you're going to remove not this white one, but you're going to remove the brown and pop it up and over. And as you see, the triangle band is going over the peg. The ear is now on the outside. That's perfectly fine. Now reach in, pinch this one, pop up and over. And don't be afraid, you are popping this last piece off too. So pinch these, pop off, and it should look like this, and bring it to the outside. And your triangle bands should not look like this. They should look like triangles, so make sure you fix them. Now we're going to do this side. Reach in here, and you're pushing back these bands and grabbing just these top 2 skin bands, looping. Reach in here, grab the top 2, and loop. You're reaching in with the ears, pushing the ear back, and grabbing just the top brown bands, loop forward, and then the white bands and loop forward. Again, same thing, don't remove the white, start where the brown is, pop up to the side, pop up to the side, and then finally the last one right here in the bottom to the side. And this neck part stays. So now we're going to loop the actual bottom of the doll. So you're going to reach in, and if you want, you can pull on your doll's body, and that way you can get a better view. And you're going to reach in for the top 2, and mine are going forward, and then reach in for the next top 2, and mine go to the left, and then the final top two, bottom, and to the right. Push it down, reach in the middle, loop forward, and loop forward again, loop forward again. So just the skin, and stop right here. Don't go ahead of me, you stop right where the skin is. Reach in here, you're pushing back all these bands right here, all of these, and just grabbing the bottom two skin bands. Now if you feel that it's tight and you're afraid that your band is going to pop, take your hook, enter the peg, go in a circular motion, and now I have released the tension, and loop it forward. Same thing on this side. Reach in, grab the two skin bands, take your hook, go in a circular motion, and now that tension has been released. Reach in here, pushing everything back except for the bottom two, loop forward. Same thing here, loop forward. You should be grabbing two brown bands now, or the hair color, loop forward. Same thing here, loop forward. And now you're going to reach into this peg and grab the very top two brown bands and bring it to the middle. Same thing here, very top two brown, bring that to the middle. Re-enter these pegs and grab the two white bands, bring it forward. Same thing here, bring it forward. Then you are entering this peg right here, pushing everything back, aiming for two white bands, loop forward. So now everything here should be a teardrop shape. Pushing this triangle band back, grabbing two hat color forward, these two forward, these two, and then push the triangle band back, these two, and then you're going to bring these two right here all the way to this peg right here. So we brought this band to this peg right here, then loop this, reach in here, loop forward, reach here, loop these forward. Oops, I grabbed something I shouldn't have. Reach here, grab these two, and these two. Now take a single band, take your hook, go through all the bands, pull a single band through, and you can create a slip knot. If you feel more secure using two bands, you can do that. Just make a slip knot, and then I'm going to tie my slip knot just around my bead, only 3 times. And then again, same thing. Remove your doll peg by peg. Do not yank him. Let me use this hook. This one's better. We just have some adjusting to do to the face, and then we are done. Oh, he looks cute. That's why I really do like using the beads, because I just feel like it's basically easier to use. So here's my little elf, but he has no nose, so I'm just going to pop that nose through. And again, if you have bands, you can do the same thing. You can take your hook and try to get the cat bands and pop them through. Take the ears, pull it out, and pinch them. And now they have that little pointy elf look. Take these out, pinch, and I think he looks quite adorable. And now if you want to know how to do my scarf, it's really easy. It's just a single chain. But what I did for it to stay around his neck like that, I'll show you quickly. I'm just going to grab any color bead, I guess. And if you don't have a large pony bead, you can take a single band, wrap it around your hook 4 times, and then do that again. Single band, wrap it around your hook 4 times. But make sure that that's the color that you want your bead to be. And then choose a different color for your scarf. So say my scarf is going to be this color, I'm going to then transfer these on. And then I would just continue to make a single chain and go up like this. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing with the bead. So for the bead, I'm going to take this bead and I want his scarf to be, I don't even know what color. I'll just do the same color, the dark green. So I want his scarf to be dark green. And I'm going to take a single band and pull it through. And then another, pull it through. And I just do that until I have the desired length that I want. And to wrap it around his neck and close it, I'll show you in a second. You could do this on your loom too, but I like doing it on my fingers. I mean with the hook. Most of the time for the tutorials I do all the arms and legs on the loom, but when I'm looming by myself I do everything on the hook. Okay, so let's say that this is the size that I want. So I'm going to take my elf, wrap the scarf around him, and take this loop that's opened right now and put the bead through it. And then pull. And there is your cute little holiday scarf. And you can make the scarf any color, any pattern you want. You can make your elf any color also. It's just learning. You can pull on his belly to make him more rounded. And sometimes the bands in the front look a little tight, so I also do this. I take my hook and I enter two bands at a time and I pull forward. So if I see ones that look too tight, I pull forward. Like this neckband right here is tight. And then as you do that, it just looks a little bit better on the front. So there is your elf. And I hope you like it. And I hope it wasn't too hard. But it is worth it with the extensions because his face looks so cute. And thank you so much for watching. And if you want to make the bell is already on my channel. I made this last year. And you can attach it to your elf. And if you make an elf, please tag me on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching.